What's up, guys? It's Stay Coming, and we're back with another episode of my series called The Attack Blueprint. In my previous episode, we talked about common war CCs and how to deal with them, but there is one that I feel deserves its own episode. That would be none other than the Lava Hound. Although most competitive clans are not using Lava Hounds, for the most part, on defense, this is definitely something that you'll see in more casually competitive wars. And while an unpopped Lava Hound does very little damage to your ground troops, it has very high hit points. When or if it does pop, you need to be equipped to deal with those lava pups. First, let's talk about what a Lava Hound is intended to do on defense. The biggest reason why people choose the Hound on defense is to distract and prevent the Archer Queen from freely pushing into a base. High-level queens definitely give attackers an edge, and if you can force her to lock onto a Hound, you will slow down a standard kill squad significantly. Understand that the Hound is very similar to a Golem in that it has very high hit points and low relative damage per second. For this reason, it is used as a large time sink for air targeting troops, specifically the Archer Queen. There are 4 methods for dealing with a Lava Hound. The first is on the fly. The next would be using a queen walk to execute it. The third would be to ignore it. And the fourth would be something that I like to call troll it. First, on the fly. Since we can't know what is in a CC on a fresh hit, there will definitely be times when you hit a base with a Lava Hound and your queen ends up attacking it. Remember, the unpopped Lava Hound will barely tickle your troops. However, when you pop it, the lava pups do hurt you. Since the Hound doesn't really hurt anything, there's no reason to poison it. The trick is not to poison the Hound, but to poison the lava pups. As the Lava Hound is about to die, drop 1 poison spell on top of your tanking troops. Next, drop a poison spell on top of your backline troops, including your queen, and if you have them, bowlers. Additionally, there's no reason to rush killing a Lava Hound. Don't pop the Queen's special ability to take down a Hound unless she is under fire from other point defenses. The next method for dealing with the CC Lava Hound is using a Queen Walk. Now, you can use a Wizard or a Rage spell to help her power through, but if the Queen is standing in a position where her health bar is not dropping, you don't need to use a Rage, and you don't need to use her ability to rush through killing a Hound. If she's in a good spot and she's not dying, move on with the rest of your raid. Drop your kill squad where they're supposed to go in, and more or less keep an eye on her health bar on the bottom of the screen where you see your troop selection bar. This is something that I practice when I am queen walking a lot. My kill squad goes in, and I'm not really looking at the queen specifically. I'm just sort of keeping an eye on that bar, and if I see that health bar dropping too fast, I'll just hit the ability button and then just say, okay, if she's gonna die, she's gonna die. Something else that you can do to help her in that situation, if you see that maybe like a Tesla farm pops up, you can drop Hog Riders to sort of support her and help power down some of those defenses just to make sure the queen continues to walk. When the Lava Hound does finally pop, you want to poison the pups in front of her, and you want to drop, if you can handle, 2 pocket minions in behind her to sort of help kill the pups that would be attacking her healers. This is going to help her move on a lot more quickly and sort of get the full value out of her queen walk afterwards. The next method for dealing with the CC Lava Hound is going to be ignore. Now, a bunch of you are saying, oh my gosh, ignore a CC, this is really weird and unnatural. And if you're a brand new Town Hall 9, it's going to feel unnatural. You know, when you first start seeing those clan castles that have the 30 troop space, and you see a Lava Hound come out, you're like, okay, let's kill this Lava Hound. If it's a fresh hit, you really have no choice. But if you've had a scout or a failed attack before, this is something that you can kind of plan for and sort of tweak your attack based on that. The method basically involves dropping your queen after your kill squad has pushed into the base. You can choose to drop her towards the beginning of the raid, or towards the end. I personally like to drop her towards a little bit closer to the beginning of the raid, just so she gets the highest value. The higher level your queen, the more percentage she's going to be able to knock off by herself. So just keep that in, definitely keep that in consideration. If you're doing this, you're basically performing what you call a naked queen walk, meaning the queen is going to be unassisted with no healers going down one side of the base, and she's potentially probably going to run into some point defenses as she goes. If you're able to kind of think on the fly and plan this out, you can actually drop some of your back end troops to start on her side of the base and take out these defenses, so that all she's doing is basically serving as a high power cleanup troop to walk this ring and just get a large percentage without even being touched. At the very end of these raids, the ignore raids, it's sort of a 50-50 chance whether or not the Hound actually gets popped, because eventually your queen is going to meet up with your kill squad, and when she does and that Hound is still chasing your kill squad, your queen is going to end up targeting that lava Hound. So it really just depends. Sometimes you'll see it not pop, and sometimes you will see it pop, but at that point in the raid, the base is basically crushed, and your troops basically have the run of the base. So just know this is one other option, and something that you'll see some high players do from time to time. The final method for dealing with the CC Lava Hound is what I like to call trolling. Now, this is a bit of a trick. This method works by using one healer and two archers to more or less lock down a Lava Hound in one corner of the base. Now, if you do this correctly, the Lava Hound will not end up dying. And or if it does die, once again, similar to the ignore option, it will die at the very end of the raid. This can be a really high value method if the CC is exposed. It is exposed enough that you can use a barb or a hog rider to pull it very, very easily. Remember that the healer and the two archers together already account for 16 troop space, so if you have to expend more than one hog rider to get that Hound to come out, it might not be very efficient or very worth it. So here's how this works. First, pull the CC with a barbarian or a hog rider. Next, bait the Hound over to a corner of the base, away from as many trash buildings as possible. If you keep the Hound too close to other trash buildings, what will potentially happen is your cleanup troops or other funneling troops will eventually wander over to the Hound, and if you have a wizard lock onto that Hound, the Hound will definitely end up popping before the end of the raid. And this kind of ruins what you're going for. You ideally do not want this Hound to pop. So next, once the Hound is in the corner, you want to drop one healer beside the Hound, and then two archers, bam bam, right on top of each other. If you wait to deploy the second archer, things can get messed up, and I'll explain why. The healer mechanic dictates that it can only lock on to 2 troop space or greater. And so if you mess up a bit and one archer dies, you want to be able to replace it with a couple more, but it's really all about timing. It's important that you drop the healers before the archers. When you drop the archers afterwards, they will instantly be targeted by the Hound and the healer at the same time, so there's no opportunity for one of them to die in that scenario. If you do it the opposite way around, an archer can very easily die, and if you don't have extra ones to replace it, the Hound will then start to fly across the base towards the rest of your kill squad, and this completely defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do. A couple of the visual examples that I picked today did not depict exactly what I was describing. I did this intentionally to show that some of these methods have the potential to be combined. Queen walking away from a Lava Hound is another very strong choice, and I want to avoid being redundant on this channel. Before I close the video, I want to say that most of my comments have been made from the perspective of a Town Hall 9 player. I personally play on a max Town Hall 9 and a brand new Town Hall 10, so most of my first-hand knowledge exists in the realm of Town Hall 9. That being said, you will see high-level Town Hall 10 war attacks on other channels such as Powerbang and Snip from the War Whales that show how effective a Lava Hound can be against a Queen Walk. The biggest difference in how effective a Lava Hound can be is the level of the point defenses that the attacker encounters when she locks onto the Hound. And for Town Hall 10, the difference in DPS is dramatic. So please, no Town Hall 10 haters. You would think that because I've devoted an entire episode to one troop, that the Lava Hound would be super strong. Actually, I believe it to be the opposite, and in a future video, I'll be addressing the complete role of a defending CC and explain why I believe the Lava Hound is such a weak choice. But for now, guys, take care. See you later.